This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Alrighty guys, so today we're in Shibuya, probably the busiest and most iconic area in Tokyo and maybe all of Japan, and we're headed somewhere that I'm super excited about, and that is the world's first Pokemon card lounge. So this place just opened up and it's a paradise for Pokemon card fans like myself, so you know me, I've been collecting, I've been doing so much with Pokemon cards, so I had to check it out. To give you some context, the Pokemon Card Lounge, which opened up in April 25th of this year, is located on the 5th floor of a building pretty much right next to Shibuya Crossing, so you really can't miss it. It's an official Pokemon trading card game lounge, so it's like actually sponsored and made by the Pokemon Company, which is actually pretty dope, but it is totally meant to be for Pokemon card players. As soon as I entered, I actually felt a little bit confused because I was like, this place looks way too fancy to be for Pokemon card players, because if you're in America, you know, we're kind of used to the dingy card shops, but this is fancy. But then you notice there's a ton of iconic Pokemon energy symbols on the walls, like grass, fire, water, and of course you see the giant Pokemon card displays they have, which looks so sick. You have the EX cards, you have the V-Star card, like this Arceus V-Star card, which looks so awesome. I mean, like a life-size giant card. I have this card in real life. You know, I pulled it from a, what is it, Lost Zenith? Crown Zenith? I'm not sure, but it's Crown Zenith. That's the set. I actually pulled this card, so it was really cool to see it in person, a giant, and it's so sick. And obviously we have like the tag team, Reshiram and Charizard. I mean, it's awesome. As you walk around the starting lobby entrance, there's actually a ton of custom merch that is only sold in this building, and it's all Pokemon Card Lounge themed. So they have like books, notebooks, they even have deck boxes, play mats, and clothing, which I thought was interesting. So if you want to, you know, get some Pokemon Card Lounge drip, you can do so here. And what was really cool is they were also showcasing Pokemon Pocket. So they had a giant screen to simulate what it's like to open up a pack. And obviously every pack had like a nice alt art card that, you know, they want you to feel like you got some bangers. Although I've opened up hundreds of these packs and I definitely don't get packs like these, but it's fine. It's fine. So as you walk in, I should mention that you do have to pay to actually be in this lounge. So I think it is about 1,600 yen per hour per person, and that equates to about 10 bucks an hour. But there are some amenities, so let's go ahead and talk about what you get. So right away, you can actually enjoy some self-service drinks, and it is all unlimited. They have, you know, juices, they have sodas, waters, teas, coffee. All of that is pretty much unlimited as long as you are inside the cafe, and it has to stay in the cafe, obviously. I should say lounge, not cafe. So obviously, if you're playing in there for an hour or two, get your fill on the, you know, on your sody pops, on your waters, your drinks, and obviously they also have snacks. The snack section was a little lackluster, I'm not gonna lie. There's not really a whole lot to munch on, but it's a lot of candies, a lot of like, you know, small, tiny snacks. When you were, you know, comparing to a lounge in America where you have like a buffet, the snack section is pretty mid. I'm not gonna lie. But what I will say about the amenities that is actually awesome is that they do have rental equipment. So if you guys are going there for the first time, you don't have any cards, but you want to play, well, don't worry. They actually have theme decks that you can rent, and they have play mats, dice, damage counters, anything you would actually need to play the game, they have there, and you can rent them out. And it is really nice for first-time players. And speaking of first-time players, if you're a Japanese player and you understand Japanese, they even have teachers to teach you how to play the game. I think they do this every other day or every weekend or something. So you can go in and get lessons on how to actually play the game, which I think is pretty wholesome. And they have events as well, so tournaments and all that. And also, I should mention in the shop, and I didn't showcase this earlier, but you can buy packs and you can buy theme decks there. I bought 2 booster boxes of the Shiny Treasures EX set. We opened those, and I'll show you guys what I got a little bit later on in the video. But you know, we had to get some packs. You know, we gotta open up packs. You know what it is, but I think it's cool that they let you open them and buy as many as you want. So let's talk about the vibes, because I brought my own personal decks and playmats. I was there with my girlfriend, we were playing, and it was, you know, it's just so fun, and it's really wholesome, because you're actually, I was surprised to see so many different types of people there. There was people of all ages. You had kids, their parents, you had hardcore collectors with like, you know, insane setups. You had like business people there. Like I saw 2 business women there, and they were there showcasing like their alt arts and taking photos. It was super wholesome. It's like this shop, or this lounge I should say, brought like every single type of Pokemon fan together, which is pretty sick. And if you guys are wondering what deck I was playing, I'll tell you about that in a sec, because we gotta talk about the sponsor of the day, and that is Squarespace. Whether you're looking to set up a website to show off your Pokemon card collection, start a blog to share your travel adventures, or even build an online store to sell your own merch, Squarespace has all the tools you need to make it happen. Their all-in-one platform is super intuitive, no coding required. And you can start with one of their beautifully designed templates, add your own images and text, and you're good to go. And let's be honest, building your own website should not be a headache. Squarespace drag and drop tools make it easy to customize, plus they offer everything from email campaigns to analytics so you can track how your site is performing. And you can really build something that stands out, just like the Pokemon Card Lounge does in the heart of Shibuya. Don't forget about the introduction of design intelligence from Squarespace, combining 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI tech to unlock your strongest creative potential. This helps build a more beautiful, personalized website tailored to your unique needs and crafts a digital identity to use across your entire online presence. So if you're ready to take your online presence to the next level, head to squarespace.com and use code AlxAce at checkout for 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So if you're wondering what decks I'm playing, because I actually do play the card game, I have a Wug Trio Mill deck, and I was playing against my girlfriend's deck, and she had the Applin Diplin deck, which is, my god, it is insane, guys. I should say, if you don't play the Pokemon card game, now is a super good time to play. The metas are hilarious, they're fun, and I mean, come on, Pokemon cards, they're not just for collecting. Play the actual game too, you won't regret it. So while we were there, we played a couple of matches, and it was really cool because the staff, super friendly, will help you out really with anything if you have any questions, and just the vibes. You know, I feel like when you're in a card shop, it is very much like you're sitting huddled next to a couple of different people. The tables are really small. The chairs are dingy. You know, it's not amazing. It's not. It doesn't feel like a luxury experience. Which, I mean, it's cards. You know, whatever. But when you're in this lounge playing Pokemon cards, it feels like a luxury experience. You're in some super comfy chairs. The tables, they have little walls put up so you are not, you know, it's pretty private. And you actually get to hear the Pokemon soundtrack in the background, and it's always battle themed. So it feels like a proper battle, you know, Pokemon battle, which is super fun. I don't know why, it was just the most immersive way to play Pokemon cards for me and my girlfriend, and we went back another time because it was so fun. There is also a private room. I haven't actually checked that out. Maybe I'll do that in another video. So maybe if you have a more than a group of 2, maybe that's the way to do it. That is probably the only drawback if you are playing with multiple people. There is not like a table for 4 or table for 6. It is all pretty much 2 groups of 2, and then these walls are set up. I will say you did have people standing and watching other battles happen, but yeah, it's not like a big group kind of thing, and you know, you don't have people yelling at each other. It's a very quiet, but enough for you to talk to your friend, whoever you're battling, but you don't hear screaming from, you know, across the rooms. Overall, the vibes are, it's just comfy. It's a comfy place to go ahead, do some battling, get some free drinks, although, I mean, it's not free, you're paying for it, and just feel the comfy vibes of just doing some Pokemon card battling in the middle of Shibuya, which is so cool. It's honestly just the lounge is just, it's so convenient because it's easily accessible, that's a hard word to say. And it also just provides it's a great destination for Pokemon card players. In my personal experience, I think it's maybe a must visit if you are wanting to feel what it's like to do some Pokemon card battling in Japan, because there are tons of card shops, but I feel like it might be a little intimidating. But here, I did notice a ton of tourists, so don't feel too stressed about that. I do really genuinely hope that we see some of these come to the US at some point in the future, because I think it'd be so awesome. And obviously, the merch is so cool. Make sure you pick something up there if you can. But guys, that is the Pokemon Card Lounge. Definitely recommend checking it out. It's the world's first one, and I hope that they do come out with some more.